Want to take your Strat's Tremolo to the next level? In this video, you're going to learn how to transform your guitar's whammy bar performance with a simple yet game-changing modification. The angled claw setup with 3 springs pioneered by guitar legend Carl Verheyen, an LA player and member of Supertramp, numerous awards, and more. We're diving into the history, the step-by-step process, and the surprising benefits that'll make your Strat sing like never before. From better tuning stability to killer pedal steel bends, this 10-minute guide has it all. Stick around, and by the end, you'll be ready to mod your guitar and rock those expressive licks, so let's get started. Back in the 1950s, Leo Fender was designing a tremolo system aiming for being able to vary the pitch while you were playing, but he did struggle with a bit of tuning stability. Much later on, Carl Verheyen, he's a session guitarist, he developed the angled claw setup over decades to try to fix this tuning issue and to also enhance the way that you can express yourself by actually controlling the pitch of these bends. He gained a lot of popularity through some forums and through his video back in 2009 called Whammy Bar Setup Secrets. He does a very good job of demoing some of the crazy things you can do with this setup. So the reason you might want to do this mod is some of the benefits are like tuning stability. I mentioned that before. Maintains the pitch during aggressive tremolo use, which is perfect for live performance or recording. The other thing that is beautiful about this mod is the musical pitch changes. You can actually tune it to enable specific intervals. For example, the G string will go up a minor third, the B string will go up 1 whole step, and the E string will go up a half a step. So you can make very creative effects like chord shimmering or pedal steel bends. The playability. Now this improves the sustain, responsiveness, and the ease of string bending. This mod really does a lot. All right, here's a step-by-step guide. Now before you start, you want to make sure that your tuners are in good shape, that your nut is properly cut and it's in good shape, and that your truss rods are pre-adjusted for, the best action that you possibly can. I have a few videos already that discuss how to do that. If you want to watch those, I'll provide a link in the description. So for tools, you're going to need a screwdriver, you're going to need a guitar tuner, you're going to need some Teflon lubricant, and you're going to optionally use the Dean Markley Carl Verheyen Balance Bridge Helix strings, or what I've been using is String Joy guitar strings. My understanding is that the Helix strings are balanced as far as tension goes, and String Joy also is known for their balanced set of strings. So either one I'm sure will work. I know it worked with the String Joys that I use. So let's get going here. Okay, so you want to make sure that you start out with 3 springs and only 3 springs for this mod to work. You're going to want to adjust the claw, which is connected to the 3 springs, by loosening the screw for the higher strings and by tightening the screw for the lower strings. This will ensure that we have an equal tension, but we're going to test it by playing the desired interval and pulling on the whammy bar while adjusting the screws until the pulled whammy bar interval matches the desired interval. So this is a repetitive process until you get the intervals to match the pulled intervals. When you get the angle to look about right, it doesn't really take a lot of adjustment. Once you get them to all sound pretty good, you're pretty much done. This is the end of the mod. All right, now that you've done the mod, here's some of the unexpected benefits that you're going to get. You will notice that you'll have some increased resonance and sustain. And this is going to make the guitar sound a little bit more alive because it's just going to belt out the notes and they'll last longer. The string bending should be a little easier because the tensions have been modified for each of the strings as far as the spring goes, and so the spring will actually give as you're bending. You'll also be able to do some very creative pedal steel type bends by holding a couple of notes and then pulling up on the whammy bar. The different strings will go up by a different pitch, and they'll go up together, which makes for a really nice kind of lead playing expression, as well as harmonic chord shifts. There's no one better to demonstrate the amazing effects that you can get out of the guitar with this mod than Carl himself. So here's a short clip of Carl just amazing us with what you can do with this very simple mod.
Now once I have those intervals set, then I have the confidence to do certain kind of little licks like you hear Jeff Beck do. And one of them would be like in the key of A. I can take a B and pull it up to a C sharp, and when I release it, my finger's on a G, but it's when I'm up there, it's at an A, and then I let it go. So I get this sound for the key of A. Also, I did this. I took an E natural, pulled it up to a G, which is the 7th of the chord, let it go and brought it back down to a D, and then bent my C natural up to a little bit to a C sharp. And those kind of licks, combined with crazy things you can do, are fun to do, and it's just a wide open world. I mean, I can pull the bar around here backwards, and I can play stuff like.
Now, an improper setup could cause some bridge instability or tuning issues. So there's some debate on whether the claw angle directly affects the string tension, and the benefits may stem from just overall balance. All right, some tips for success. One of the things that you might want to do is apply some Teflon lubricant to the nut. I've actually used a mixture of lithium grease and graphite powder and mix them up. The lithium grease helps to hold the graphite powder together, and the lithium grease itself is very slippery. So the two together make an excellent blend, encouraging the mixture to stay on the nut. And then again, there's all kinds of nut lube, and there's a whole bunch of products already out on the market. You could use those, but they're very important to make sure that the strings go through the guides as you're using the whammy bar. And that way they'll return back to normal, the normal pitch that you had it at. I know that the Floyd Rose guitars have the exact opposite approach. They tend to lock the strings on the nut and prevent any slipping from occurring to maintain the pitch. Now, the big difference is they both work, but one of them trades off making it very difficult to tune the guitar, and the other makes it so that you have to maintain the grease on there, because eventually it will slip off, and you also need to reapply it when you change strings. So, it's a trade-off, but they both work. And since we're talking about Strat style guitars, you're going to basically have to lubricate the tremolo. Well, that's it, folks. If you've learned how to supercharge your Stratocaster with the Carl Verheyen inspired angled claw tremolo mod, from rock solid tuning to those sweet shimmering chords, your guitar is ready to shine. Try this setup, experiment with those pitch changes, and let us know how it transforms your playing in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more guitar tips, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our next mod tutorial. Thanks for watching, keep rocking, and keep playing.